Okay, I am actually inside the pen with the llama. I have to say, somewhat a little intimidating. He's coming. He really likes the camera. Now, he won't let me pet him yet, so I'm not even gonna try because it spooks him. And he went away kicking his heels last time. But he did follow me down here. He has taken hay, some alfalfa out of my hands. And when I first came in with the wheelbarrow, he kind of cut in front of me like he was gonna block me from coming in. And wasn't sure the way that he was looking at me and following me. Here's some of the sheep eating here. Really need to get another hay thing holder to keep it up off the ground. Sometimes I usually go in there, but right now I do have some rams that are not so friendly. And I try to put it in their shelter to keep it drier and hang it up in there. But their shelter, I don't know if you can see from here, we'll have to zoom in on that. But it's been totally turned around almost 90 degrees. They can still get into the door. We had a big windstorm that came through, and about 45 mile hour winds somehow blew that thing sideways. Our other shelter over here, I'm gonna keep an eye on this guy, so make sure he doesn't charge me. Don't know what I would do. I know you're very curious about the camera, right? But that guy here, try to get a view onto this shelter, and it looks like some of the roofing was almost torn apart, some of the siding there. Now, don't know, maybe partly due to the storm, or maybe the lawn. It doesn't look, well, it does look like somebody's gone in and they had used it to lay down in here, which is nice. Now, don't know if the llama kind of busted up the boards trying to stand up in here and get shelter. Maybe it was the wind, but it's kind of torn this down. Really, this is a lot taller than what it really looks. It's just that the ground has been built up so high around it from all the straw and the hay over the years, even though we take it down as far as we can. But definitely going to have to do some work, get a better and stronger shelter. Definitely one. I don't even know how tall this guy is. I'm 5'5", and he's about maybe a foot taller than me. And maybe you're like 6 feet tall, honey. Can you come say hi and check me out? I think you can't be more than 6 feet. No. So that's about 7-8 feet tall. I'm gonna have to go at least 10 feet tall, because what I read about llama shelters, you know, they don't like to feel confined. So yeah, drop some tips and tricks. I've been researching on the best kind of llama shelter, and what I found so far is that I don't want to spook him. I've got no protection here. But what I've found so far is they like big open spaces. They don't like to be confined. So the best kind of shelter is probably like a lean-to. This one is for the sheep. This is probably one of the better, stronger shelters I've built. And I got this from recycled shipping container pallets. Heavier than heck to move, harder than the heck to saw through. It's really treated, and it's low to the ground, and it's perfect for the sheep and keeps them warm. Now, I haven't separated or had the sheep over here, and that is probably the sheep's favorite shelter, probably because it's so low to the ground and warm. And keeps all their heat in, blocks the wind, compared to some of these other shelters that are about out back in there that are about maybe about 5 feet tall. I have to duck to get inside. Let's see if we can zoom in on this shelter. This one's not too bad. We had the pigs in there at one time. They busted out the sides. We fixed it up. And it seems and appears that it has held up in there. So we'll zoom in and get some shots. I've got to go through and separate the sheep. We just kind of put some in here when we brought the llama in because some of our rams are very protective and we wanted a chance for them to get to know the llama through some fencing. And when me and my sister cleared out some of the back stalls, some of our girls, our ewes, they're ready to have babies as well. And so with that, we're gonna move them. They're probably not due for another few weeks, but they are getting big and we have a storm coming. So I cleaned out the back stalls for them and we're gonna try to separate them. It's Christmas Eve right now. I think they'll all be fine for the moment, but we're gonna separate them from the boys. Maybe let a couple of the rams come out. Keep an eye on this guy, he's sneaking up on me. And come out and hang out with you, yes, without the girls around, so there's no challenge. And get to know each other, right? So this guy, this llama, came with 3 sheep of his own from his own herd. And he has been checking out the other herd on the other side of the fence. They don't know what to think of him. They've never seen a llama before. So, anyways, the storm looks like it's starting to come back in. You can always tell with the clouds there's a little sunbreak in the back. But back there, our property kind of is back against the Mount Hood National Forest. That's all forest land back there. Get cougars, we get bears. We've lost a few sheep to them, and not fun, coyotes as well. When you come out and find your favorite sheep, especially the ones that are your pets, you know, all torn up and missing. So that being said, this guy, he's watching me. He's curious, inquisitive. He's not done anything to say, hey, get out of here. He's just trying to make sense of me and try to figure out if I'm a threat or not. I don't know how much the other family that he had on the farm, my understanding, not much interaction. He's not been trained up with a bridle or anything like that. He will take food out of your hand, but I guess it took over an hour to try to catch him and get him into the trailer. He put up quite the fight. Well, all right. I still got some work to do, some watering and stuff. It's Christmas Eve. We've got guests coming over. So I'm going to tune out, but stay tuned to some other videos. I'm off these next couple weeks and we're supposed to be in for a storm. And I want to practice and set up for some winter camping this year. And I am going to practice here on the farm where I'm safe and see what I need. We are supposed to be having what's called a cyclone bomb hit the Pacific Northwest here, throughout the Portland metro area. It's supposed to dump a lot of snow throughout the mountains, up on Mount Hood. And I'm very, very close to the Mount Hood. So I'm expecting that we are going to get some snow. And if we don't, we're going to get hit with a torrential downpour and some more extreme wind, they said, from the 24th through the 28th. So I was going to practice and set up and see if I can survive the night out here and keep an eye on the animals, well, I spend the night out in my car doing some car camping. Maybe I might be able to get a nice big bonfire going. Oh my gosh, that's the closest he's been to me so far. He is so checking me out. I've got chocolate in my pocket. He's sniffing my fingers. Oh my goodness. I love this guy already. I need to go get my wheelbarrow back. That was close. He just came and checked me out. Thought he was gonna go for the chocolate in my pocket. All right. I had to get busy. I had to go check on the chickens and get them fed. They're not as interesting as this llama. But yeah, we'll do a show on the chickens. We've got more to come to show off the rest of this farm. Everything from canine training to butchering day, from chickens to pigs. And we've got lambing season coming up as well. So there's a lot to stay tuned. Always busy on the farm, never a dull moment. All right, we will check you out and thank you for viewing my channel. Hope to see you back here soon.